Hello world, my name is Max Stein, and I love video games.
I'm the Megabuck. I really love video games.
And my name is Raph. I also love video games.
And welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where we discuss treasured video games of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Warning, the Game Treasure Podcast is not for children or anyone with a brain for that matter. This week, we are joined by a very special guest. We have a fellow podcaster and dear friend of the show here. Say hello to Duce of the Happy Hour with Ariel and Duce Podcast. Drum roll, hand clapping, woo! Yay, woo!
What up, Duce?
Duce, introduce yourself, sir.
Well, thank you, guys. I hope I don't have to introduce myself like you guys. That sounded like a meeting I went to one time. You know what I'm saying? So
it's like that. It's definitely based off of that. Gamers Anonymous.
Yeah. Like, oh man, I've got 3 people on a phone call. This might not be the call I wanted this morning. But yeah, no, we're the Happy Hour with Ariel and Duce. We're Polk County's #1 podcast. You can find us at hhpodcastshow.com, and you can email us at hhpodcastshow@gmail.com, and pretty much anywhere you stream anything, we've got our show.
So I asked Duce how he knew you, Buck, and he explained to me that you were at one point a sponsor of his podcast.
Dude, so going back to way in their beginning days too, when it was Duce and our buddy Johnny. They when they started the show, we had just started Retro like later that year, that same year. And so I met them at a couple of different shows that we went to and had some mutual friends, and then I ended up sponsoring the show for a while, and I was on their show a handful of times, showing them games, help with games, went and hung out with them for a video podcast they did one time too. It was super fun. So I think I've literally known Duce and Johnny for like a decade now.
Yeah. And we came over to your place one time too, because our good sponsors, Grover Roots, gave us a beer, and I remember I brought a bunch of beer over to your house and we did the show.
And I remember that was good beer.
It was solid, man. It was solid.
Nice.
So, video games. Welcome to our video game show, as I said before. So, your exposure to video game, Duce, are you a gamer? Are you a bit of a gamer?
Yes, I am.
So tell me,
not as much as I wish I could be.
If that's the case, what kind of gaming habits do you have? Are you a casual guy? Are you a shooter guy? Are you a fighting games guy?
Probably more shooter as a rule. Really been big into Marvel Rivals as of late.
Oh, hell yeah.
Good game.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. I picked up Helldivers 2, and I'm going to play with one of the 3 of you so you can tell me how to play this game.
We're going to actually talk about that game in a bit.
Yeah, I'm the Helldivers guy. Yeah.
I've not figured it out once.
Oh, dude, I play it every week.
Borderlands comes out next week. Borderlands 4.
Oh my God, is that next week already?
Yeah, it's next week. I know because I hit my credit card this morning, and I got an alert from the bank. It was like, did you mean to buy this in California? Yeah. I'm like, yes, I did.
Yes, dude, who's your rivals, man?
Punisher,
nice.
Rocket, and usually either Emma Frost or Magneto.
Nice.
For tank.
Nice. Emma Frost is really good. I hadn't played Rivals in a couple of months, and I just played yesterday with the boy and his friend. And I was like, dang, man. Emma Frost, it's so cool how she can switch between kind of ranged and melee.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I have a question for you, Duce, that I've asked previous guests on our show. Can you remember how old you were, even approximately, when you played your first video game, and can you remember what it was?
Yeah. Age, I can't tell you, other than the fact I was wearing Superman underoos. So probably
like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like last week.
Yeah. And my mom had saved up, and she got me the original Nintendo Entertainment System, but it's the one that came with all 3 games. You got Duck Hunt, you got Super Mario Brothers, and then you got the one with the pad, the Olympic.
Yeah, track meet, world-class track meet. Yep.
There you go. And Mario. And Mom, like, reading the book to me while I'm trying to play, sitting there in my Superman underoos trying to figure this thing out after I think Dad drank 6 Coors Lights, pounding the thing, trying to figure out how to plug it into the TV.
Let me get a fucking crack at Mario. I bet I can jump better than you. I bet you can't even fucking jump. You're a little baby kid wearing underwear. Give me that fucking controller. It's a man's game.
It's like, you can't get it off the antennas.
What channel? What channel's Mario on? He's on channel 3, Dad. Okay.
Is that on the UHF?
And then, yes, Dad. No, it's a CB radio thing. You got to get a CB out, and then you can call Mario Breaker 19. All right. Follow up video game question: do you have a favorite video game of all time, and what is it? If so,
Gears
of War.
Yep.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
Can you elaborate on why?
I was there launch day at a certain particular game store where they want to make you pre-order everything, and
Game Shark, I think it's called.
yeah, something like that.
Block.
Yeah. Our pre-orders were sitting in Memphis, Tennessee. And I said, "What? Did Elvis want a copy of Gears of War?" And they're like,
Well, yes, he did.
No, but the pallet's still sitting in Tennessee, so you don't have any. So I remember walking in my Captain Malcolm Reynolds uniform, suspenders and all. I threw my cape in the back room, came out. I said, "All right, let's go to work." 'Cause, like we had 5 copies for 75 pre-orders, and we had to try and keep them all. When Walmart had a full stack.
Wow.
So it was like, yeah. I was like, all right, boys, let's get to work. So.
Well, listen, that is
I love it.
a perfect segue to have me explain what we're going to be talking about later at the meat of our episode, which is we're talking about Gears of War and Helldivers 2, coincidence, trading spouses, if you will. They've jumped ship to their competitor console, and hey, there's lots to talk about that. But before we do begin speaking about that, we should start our show off correctly, as we always do, by having the Megabuck and RetroGameTreasure.com take us back in time with this week's Retro Zone Game Buck.
Let's go back in time.
Robots.
Raph,
Yes,
please save all guesses until the end of the Retro Zone
Okay,
theme song.
all right.
I heard you say robot
Robot.
there under your breath.
Is it robot?
That's unfair.
It's unfair.
I also was going to say robot.
Yeah. Also, my robot is very bad. Just like the dance.
Whoa, no,
Like the
no.
robot
That
is-
was
That was
fantastic.
perfect.
Bob.
Yeah,
I
no,
believed it. I was like, but is Buck a robot?
Robot?
Yeah, right.
What
yeah,
happened?
like he's
Holy
made of
shit.
metal. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
We're back in time. We're back to 1991. There's a little developer named Blue Sky Software. And
Okay.
boy, they pumped out a banger. It was Joe Montana football for the Sega Genesis.
Ooh.
They did so okay with that they got signed onto a deal with Sega to do some more games.
Uh-huh.
They went on to do a couple other banger titles, Jurassic Park and Jurassic Park Rampage Edition for the Genesis. Really good games.
Okay.
But then a little game called Donkey Kong Country came out, and Sega said, shit, they're kicking our butts now.
You guys see Donkey Kong? Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that's what I said. I said shit, and then I was like, fuck, and then I said, oh, we're ruined, and then I was like...
So they went to Blue Sky, and they said, save us and do something great. And they said, we've got a really good idea.
Whoa,
where we
sexy
take
on the
different
phone, that
sprites.
Sorry.
And we lay them on top of each other, and we make a little robot man named Vector Man for the Sega Genesis.
All right.
A long road to walk to get to.
But it's kind of fun to hear about their history, right? Like
That is true.
They made the other football franchise back in for the Genesis in the early '90s, and those Jurassic Park games on the Genesis were bangers. They were both great games.
Is this the game that looks and sounds like a living bouncy ball? Like if I remember right, I think we watched.
Sounds more like the bouncy ball went through one of those metal grinders, those really heavy duty ones you see on like Facebook Shorts, where you can throw in like a chair or an engine block and it will chew it to shreds.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yes,
more like that.
Nice.
Vector
We've
Man.
talked about this before. If your game has a robot in it, it's okay that your game
That it
sounds like it was composed by a robot.
there you go.
Okay.
If you've never played Vector Man, it is kind of it's like a Contra like. You run, you can shoot in different directions and whatnot. This one has a little bit more of a collectathon vibe to it. The character is very large on screen, which is kind of weird in a game where you want to have more enemies on screen. Like there's
or
a
like
boss
more levels
in
to
particular.
jump around. Now all of a sudden,
Yes,
you're taking up
he
so
literally
much
takes
of the
up
level.
he literally takes up like 25% of the screen at some points. It's wild. I grabbed this one out of the warehouse in particular for two really cool reasons. One, this is the original cardboard release with like the cool hollow cover.
Oh,
I mean, look
shit.
at Yeah, right?
Oh, snap. It's not in the classic Sega Genesis.
No, there were a handful
black.
like this, Vector Man 2, Sonic, and Knuckles that were in like the cardboard ones. But the second one is because of the back. Deuce, I know you'll love this because the back shows us that this copy is from a Blockbuster video, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Deuce, have you ever played Vector Man?
I cannot say I have, but I wanted to ask Buck, how many things do I have to plug into my Sega Genesis to be able to play it?
Which is fun because this one, just the Genesis. You don't need the Sega CD or the 32X. You only need one power brick to play this one.
You got to have it in final form. You have to power your Sega Genesis up all the way to its final form so it can throw a Destructo Disc game.
They made a sequel to this too, but it was really late in the Genesis's life. They had already switched to development for the Saturn. The second one didn't sell nearly as well, and it's no Donkey Kong Country. Let's be honest.
I was just about to say, you know what? I don't think they quite nailed the mark.
I will say I'm watching some gameplay right now, and I'm actually kind of impressed by like when you fire the thing with your hand, like there's like a little bit of a like lighting effect on your character, and it looks kind of cool.
It's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It just don't. You're trying to go up against Donkey Kong Country 2 years after Donkey Kong Country came out.
One of the greatest games of all time.
Right. Yeah. if only you're behind because just like your game sounds like. It hurts my ears to listen to. Whereas, like, it's 35 years later after Donkey Kong, and I'm still listening to Aquatic Ambience quite gleefully.
It's like, what if instead of jazz, it just sounds like two robots fucking? How about that?
I know. All right, instead of jazz, I'm thinking jizz. No, that's Star Wars music.
But it does say that when they asked John Holland, the musician that did the soundtrack to this, what inspired him, that he was trying to do a techno soundtrack like The Prodigy or Kraftwerk, and it's like
Kraftwerk is a deep cut of electronic music. That's kind of awesome. I mean, the poor guy had no choice, as we discussed before. If you have a Sega Genesis game, you're like, I don't know how to program for this. We got to use what was it called, Gems,
Gamma, right?
and therefore this is going to sound like. So I hope to God a robot is the main character. I hope to God. Okay,
perfect.
So, what's it called? Preferences-wise, this is just a platform shooter?
Run and gun action platformer. Yep, and it probably even dips its toe in that sci-fi subgenre that we allow you to pick as well too.
Yes, good point. Well, go now. If you have a Sega Genesis, honestly, sincerely, if you do have a Sega Genesis, you should probably have the first Vector Man in your collection.
Yeah.
So if you don't, go to www.retrogametreasure.com. Let Buck know that you got that Sega Genesis and tell him you like run and gun sci-fi shooters, and you too just might get your hands on a copy of Vector Man for the Sega Genesis. Thank you very much. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to discuss the relevancy of exclusivity. See you on the other side. Okay, we are back, and we are here today to talk about exclusivity. Me and Gears of War are Facebook official. We're exclusive. So yeah, like I said before, Gears of War, the remake, came out on PlayStation as well as the Xbox, and Helldivers 2 has jumped over to the Xbox to great success, by the way.
Yeah.
So just opening salvo of inquiries. Buck, do consoles need exclusive IPs to survive nowadays?
Ooh, that is a really loaded question, because then it just becomes like a loyalty marketing engine thing, right? Nintendo would tell you that yes, 100% they do need to have console exclusives, or they're in deep doo-doo.
And if you disagree, they'll sue you.
Did you guys see the not to segue, but the little Smash little mod thing they have, that the Nintendo cease and desist order is a playable character in that modded one?
Someone made a mod where you're just a giant piece of paper with a bunch of legal writing on
Magical.
it.
But
really
I more and more I feel like the whole PlayStation Xbox thing is becoming less and less relevant. They all just want to make a handheld now. Xbox says we're making a handheld. It's not really an Xbox handheld. It's like a ROG Ally that's Xbox branded, so they didn't make squat.
No.
And they think they're making more money off Game Pass and PC.
Yeah.
So if I were to be more specific, do we believe that Gears of War is a really valuable franchise for Xbox that should have stayed exclusive to Xbox?
Like, do you think it's their bread and butter, their like lifeblood?
Is it Mario worthy, or is Gears of War jumping ship not so bad?
I think not as much anymore.
Yeah.
Not as relevant as it was 15 years ago.
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say it's certainly not Halo. And then I was going to say that, Helldivers 2 is so new and so not ingrained in the PlayStation identity that I don't think that ship jumping is that big of a scare to anybody, including Sony.
And it's not as big of a backstab as when Crash Bandicoot went to the Xbox.
Right.
It helps that Helldivers 1 was like a PC. It was only on PC as far as I remember. I don't think that it was ever like, so it's not like they were kind of like an established IP in-house studio for Sony. I think that just with the direction that Microsoft in general is going, and their like goals going forward, they're very obviously trying to step away from console development, game development, and trying to go into a space where they basically can get anything that's on PC can be played on an Xbox essentially. Right. So I think it doesn't really. Even Halo, Halo did jump ship, I guess it's on PC as well as the Xbox. But even when that happened, like it wouldn't have mattered because that's not where they're going. That's not where their future is.
But if a more valuable franchise like The Last of Us were to appear on Xbox, does that change the climate for Sony?
That'd be crazy. Yeah, actually, that kind of would be kind of out there, honestly.
Why?
Because I feel like a lot of people straight up bought PlayStations to like they're same with Helldivers. I know somebody that specifically bought a PS5 to play, Helldivers, and the same thing with The Last of Us. A lot of people who are diehard PlayStation fans are, play The Last of Us and love that game. I don't know. It would be really weird to see it on an Xbox all of a sudden. I guess it's on PC too. But
what gaming consoles do you have?
Me?
I have Xbox Series X, the newest Xbox, which I love. Play it all the time, and then Taco Bell was nice enough last generation to send me a PS4, so I have that, and the Xbox before it, but pretty much my exclusive gaming console is the Xbox, the newest Xbox, the Series X.
Did you buy it because of Halo or Gears of War or something?
Call of Duty and Gears and Halo, like all the first-person shooters I wanted to play, because like Gears is on there, Halo's on there, the exclusives I care about are on there. So it's like, and I like their online way better than PlayStation's.
See, because I have always been a fan of the Sony first-party stuff, frankly, but I bought an Xbox because, to me, that wasn't the selling point. It was the economics of it all, just that $299 Xbox, where I was just like, fuck it, And then Game Pass, I was like, I don't know. Just I guess we've got a little bit of everything here on the field. Some people say yes. I say I don't think I buy consoles for their exclusivity anymore. I think I just go, damn, sucks. I can't play Spider-Man. Sucks.
Yeah.
It'll probably be on PC really later, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Yeah. So I'll go around the table with my next question, which is Buck. What are or used to be your favorite console exclusive franchises? Or in other words, like, is there a game that you remember that specifically made you go buy a console because a game was coming out for it?
If those are two totally different questions, actually, because one for me goes to the console and the other one goes to the series. For as far as buying the console, I bought an original Xbox for Halo.
I have the same answer.
Almost everyone did, right?
Yes.
But to Duce's point, it made me buy an Xbox. It's funny you said Gears of War, Duce, because that was already in my notes. Gears of War made me happy to buy an Xbox 360 because I was really excited about Cliff Bleszinski being involved in a games again, and that game looked so cool, and it was amazing to play that again. It's funny because in between there was an in-between game for the Xbox called Brute Force that was not as great as it was touted to be, and it was a little bit of a letdown, and it was almost like Gears of War was the Brute Force that I wanted. Bought the 360 for that reason. There was another funny, influential anecdote in there, and that was exclusive Mac, but not exclusive. I had all of my Rock Band content on the Xbox 360.
That's right.
And so even though I wanted to get a PlayStation 4, I ended up buying the Xbox One because I wanted to keep all of my Rock Band songs.
That's funny as well.
That's more of a technicality than anything. That's just they just
fair.
Fucked you there.
That's fair.
Dude, same question. You know, is even if the answer is Gears of War, but what were your favorite console exclusive games? Or in other words, were there any games that sold you the console?
I'll tell you right now, if they'll make a new one, I will buy a new PlayStation. It's Twisted Metal.
Dude,
wow.
What's why I love Duce. We have the same gaming. Twisted Metal Black is sitting on, when you said answer the question, I said it's a split question. The Twisted Metal series, I bought all of them for the PlayStation. When they made the PS2, Black was like a holy crap. It didn't make me buy a PS2. We were going to buy a PS2 no matter what, Mac.
Wow. That's an amazing answer. Raph, what about you? What were or are your favorite console exclusives?
Magical.
Or was there a game that sold a console for you?
Well, okay, so there wasn't any. I never actually bought a console for a specific game. There was a console that I wish I had because I wanted to play a specific game, and that was KOTOR. I never owned an Xbox. I was a huge Star Wars fan as a kid. I never got to play that when it was on the Xbox.
Great,
because it was only on there when it came out, unless it was maybe on
exclusive
PC.
that long ago. Yeah, it's on PC forever.
It's on. Yeah, now it's now. Well, I mean, I've got it on the Switch. I've got it on. Yeah, it's on everything now.
Sure.
Got it on my phone.
Yeah, you can get it on
Plays
your phone.
like
You literally
shit,
can.
absolute garbage, but I got it on there. Yeah.
Exactly right. I'd say like maybe two favorite games that were console exclusives when they came out would be Metal Gear Solid.
Good one.
That's just a absolute classic of a game, and it's I've talked about it at great length. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And that other one would be probably Shadow of the Colossus.
Ooh.
Yeah, Shadow of the Colossus is probably another one of my easily in my top 10 games of all time. And that game, if I had known that I would like it as much as I did, I would have bought a PS2 for it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, probably one of my favorite games ever that's a console exclusive.
Yeah, my answer was going to be Halo, where it was just like, I remember looking at Game Informer, and go see our Halo episode if you want to hear me elaborate on just how much Halo revolutionized first-person shooters for the console. And when you have an older brother and friends and the console has 4 ports and it's a game that is actually good and feels good to play, like there is a reason why I asked for an Xbox for Christmas. Exactly one reason. And it is Halo. So, as far as console sellers go, I'd say it's probably the strongest option, honestly, ever. Okay, next question. What, Buck, we'll start with you. In your opinion, was one of the most noteworthy console exclusivity jumps?
I had written in my notes here, and I think it fits into this category you're mentioning. It's a weird, it's not a single title, but it is one of the biggest backstabs in gaming history.
I feel like we're going to pick the same thing again.
And that was when Squaresoft jumped from the Super Nintendo to the PlayStation.
That's what I was going to write as well.
Whoa,
because I own every PS1 Squaresoft title. And so if that doesn't tell you anything, and you guys you've asked me before what my favorite console is, and I think I have narrowed it down to the PS1 is my favorite console, and I think that's a big portion of it. It went from these Final Fantasies and Mystic Quest and Secret of Mana and Secret of Evermore and Robotrek. Not Robotrek, that's Square Enix, but all the really great Squaresoft games for the Super Nintendo. And when Final Fantasy VII jumped and all of Squaresoft jumped, I mean that meant that basically meant no RPGs on the N64.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I wrote in my notes, I will never forget the day in 1997 when my brother told me via a Game Informer that the next Final Fantasy was going to be on something called the PlayStation.
What's a PlayStation?
Only to never return to Nintendo ever again until Crystal Chronicles. I've watched
And that
Buck
was not the
play.
best tour de force.
I mean, this was a franchise that had Nintendo floating for 6 entries of games. For 6 games, they were like, thanks for making RPGs for our consoles. Thank you. You know what I mean? That American people will play, not just Dragon Quests. And then they were like, goodbye. And it never came back. And it was just like Buck said, where it was like, there's just none. There's no RPGs for
It was
any
all the
Nintendo
stuff that
console.
they did too. If you don't remember, Square made Rad Racer for the NES. That was their first game. And so they made both the Rad Racer games. And so they did other stuff. And so on the PS1, you don't just have Final Fantasy. You've got Einhander. You've got Tobal #1. You've got other games. And then in PS2, we got The Bouncer and other Squaresoft games. Like, we never got... It took a decade and a half, 2 decades for that to heal.
It was crazy. Totally crazy. Raph, in your opinion, what's one of the most noteworthy console-exclusive jumps in history?
I don't know about you guys, but it totally weirded me out to find out that there was a Resident Evil game like on a Nintendo console, like any Nintendo console.
Oh, good
yeah.
point. The
RE2
reversal
remake.
when it came out on GameCube. I also remember going, "What the?"
And
fuck?
also, the N64 had Resident Evil 2. Yeah,
Yes,
which
where
is
they compressed 2 discs onto not
Somehow.
that big of a cartridge.
some kind of that console was ready to
It's a little bit rough.
like pop.
Raph,
you know?
you're skipping over Resident Evil Gaiden for the Game Boy Color.
I
That's
didn't
not
even
cool.
know about that one.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
It's like not turn based. You ever seen it before? It's kind of pricey now.
No.
You run into it's on a cruise ship first of all before the Gun Survivor came out. My idea, if you'd asked Buck back in like 1995.
It's true.
And if you run into a zombie, it brings up a screen with the zombies on screen in first-person mode, and a little cursor moves back and forth on the screen, and you have to hit the button when it's lined up with a little marker for the different zombies.
We talked
that
about this
UFO
game in our
50
UFO 50
Yeah,
special.
yeah.
'Cause it shoots
Have
the
you
same
seen
way
every-
as the
Deuce,
guns
have you ever
in
seen this piece
Grimrock.
of crap?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Deuce, what have you got an answer for any noteworthy console exclusive jumps you can think of?
The biggest one to me, and I hate to say because it is so recent, but when Gears jumped, I was like, okay, gloves are off. Like, if Gears is going to be on PlayStation, they'll let Halo be on PlayStation. They'll let PlayStation have anything they want. Like, if you give them Gears, it's like if Nintendo said, hey, Sony, here's a Mario game. It's like,
It does
you know what I
feel-
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, we're done here.
Yeah. I was going to say, it feels like the beginning of the end of what Buck's talking about, where they're like, yeah, we're making handhelds now, and now all right, listen, we're not making consoles anymore, all right? And like, it's just like,
Feels like Microsoft. is
fuck
going
it,
in
have
that
Gears of
direction.
War, fuck it, have Halo, fuck
like
it.
It used to be an ego thing, right? It was like when Bill Gates and they all first launched the Direct Xbox, it was like, screw you, we can compete in this space. That was the space they picked to compete with others. They didn't open Xbox movie studios, and they didn't open, they opened the game division.
Right.
And now, 30 years on, 25 years on, it's kind of like, now we kind of look at profit, and making those things is not as profitable as it used to be.
At all. Can we get Fortnite up in here?
I feel like Microsoft is like that last 5 minutes before the light comes on at the bar. Like, they're talking it up, and they want you to think it's all good.
But you
in
don't want to
5
see the
minutes,
carpet. You do not want to see the carpet.
in 5 minutes, that light's coming on. You know what I'm saying? It's
That is
like,
very
man, I gotta
Holy
go.
shit, there's so
I
much-
forgot the dog.
There's so much debt in here. Oh my god, it's everywhere. You're hoarding debt?
It's going to be like when they release that slim Xbox 360. They're going to announce the next Xbox, and they're going to take the shell off, and it's just going to be a PS6 underneath.
Got him.
It's just so wild to me that like Xbox and PlayStation seem to be stepping away from console exclusivity, whereas like Nintendo is like running towards it. Like,
That's a Nintendo thing. They just do their own
I
thing.
thought about that and why that is, and the answer to me is just the history.
yeah, right.
They got such a huge head start of planting seeds into the zeitgeist, and it wasn't just like like we did Zelda 2 weeks ago. These motherfuckers put out Zelda in 1987 or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
It's just like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, they're just like, no, we hit it in one, and we're just gonna ride that nostalgia train forever. It's just like,
I mean, they
fuck
made
yeah, dude.
Hanafuda cards for like 90 years before they made video games.
Right,
So,
right, yeah.
Well, like I wasn't expecting, last year when we watched what was it, the Game Awards, and they announced the Dust Bloods, like that blew my mind. Like FromSoft making a Nintendo exclusive is crazy. Like
that is crazy.
Yes,
I forgot about that.
I kind of want to get a Switch 2 just because of that, but yeah.
You don't have to get it for Donkey Kong Bonanza. So what? Roasted. Last question. I'll go first this time because we're talking about Nintendo already and I have an interesting answer. What, in your opinion, if any current console exclusive give quintessential lifeblood to their retrospective or their respective consoles? As in, like, is there a franchise that still is exclusive that you're like, if you know this one sells the console, it simply must stay or whatever? I have an interesting answer, and it is in an IP that has been in the Nintendo stable since its creation, but it is not 100% in-house, and it's on rocky territory, and it seems like something that if you're impatient, you might sell off, and I'm talking about Pokemon.
Oh.
Okay, so Pokemon is not entirely owned by Nintendo. As you know, it's owned by the Pokemon Company, which is a three-way split between Game Freak, Nintendo, and Creature. And Creature is the company that does like all the trading card stuff and all the toys.
Nintendo didn't just buy both those companies at some point?
I don't believe so. It's a triumvirate from what I understand, because Game Freak is still like designers, right? So Nintendo publishes, but they're like, all right, you guys make the game. We'll market and sell the game, and then Creature, you make the cereals and the fucking lick-a-tongues, sleeping bags.
So Nintendo has no hand in the card game whatsoever.
No.
Interesting.
And think about this. The last two dare I say three mainline entries into the Pokemon franchise have been shitty.
Yeah, at least lackluster. Yeah.
The open world ones have pretty much received universal like hatred. People are like, it's ugly, it's slow, it's glitchy, it's empty, it's boring, it's redundant. And to me, there's more excitement for like the Pokemon MOBA or even the trading card opener thing where you just fucking open fake cards or whatever.
You can play the game too.
You got Pokemon Go with your phone, which is separate from the main games. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, so what I see in summation, what I'm saying is what I see is Nintendo going like, holy fuck, we're getting our ass kicked over with Pokemon here. Do we even do we even keep Pokemon? Because we're not doing good selling Pokemon on the Switch because we cannot get Game Freak to figure it the fuck out. So what if we just sell our portion of Pokemon to Sony and then they can start appearing on the fucking Sony stuff, whatever.
Oh, dear God.
I know. And I would say, Nintendo, don't! You need Pokemon. I know you've been sucking shit making them lately, but I promise you, you need Pokemon as badly as you need Mario, because if there is one franchise that is going to get children hooked, I put that in air quotes, but I really don't have to, hooked on video games, it's going to be Pokemon.
A Pokemon.
So what you need to do is rescue this franchise before it goes the way of the F-Zero and people stop caring about it. Stop. You need to stop it. Look at me. Stop it. Get your shit together. Fix the new Pokemon A to Z or Z to A or whatever the fuck it's called. I want to play that game and I want it to be good. Do it.
End of period.
Buck.
Yeah.
Do you have a franchise that pumps lifeblood into its console?
No, because PC exists, and that's the problem. Like, timed exclusives have completely killed this entire notion, because if you took timed exclusives out of that, if you took PC out of the running, I'd be like, hell yes, Spider-Man. Go buy a PS4 and then a PS5 and play those Spider-Man games. They kick ass. Never mind, they're on PC also. And that's a huge chunk of the gamers that have those. And if they have multiple, air quotes, consoles, they own a console and they own a PC. They don't have an Xbox and a PlayStation. They have a PlayStation and a PC, or they have a Switch and a PC, or whatever, or a Steam Deck. In
You're
those
kind
cases.
of cheating. You're kind of cheating. But I'll let it slide.
But my point is, I don't think so. I think console exclusivity is not. It's not a thing anymore.
Damn.
No.
Well, he's right though. You should go play Spider-Man. Raph, can you think of a console exclusive that, if traded by its parent company, would be a huge mistake?
Oh, that's a tough one, honestly, because Buck's point is incredibly salient here.
If you ignore the outside of it, like, because there are,
I will say that even though a lot of the stuff, for example, my examples were going to be on the PlayStation, even if The Last of Us did come out on the PlayStation, even if, Spider-Man did come out on the PlayStation, The Last of Us was famously not well optimized for PC. That game when it dropped had some serious issues. I think it still does. I don't think it runs as well. So I would say maybe The Last of Us is one that if it got traded out, it'd be kind of wild for PlayStation. Horizon, the Horizon series is pretty popular on the PlayStation, but even then, it's really? Who
plays that? No, really, who plays?
I mean,
I've got a friend of mine that loves the Horizon series, but
I want to see in the comments this
yeah, you know what?
YouTube.
Actually, please,
who the hell played the last Horizon?
Yeah, you fucking pieces of shit. Tell us you enjoy this game. I double dog dare you.
Was God of War Ragnarok on PlayStation? Was that
if you're saying
PC now?
If God of War Buck went over to Xbox, this wouldn't affect Sony at all.
Death Stranding.
You have to take the PC thing out of the equation completely, and
if you did though, would it be something like God of War? Would it be Death Stranding? Would it be?
None of them would sync the other console. Like Xbox would. I mean, a PlayStation wouldn't cease to exist because God of War went to the Xbox.
Right.
Because you think it maybe stands on its own because of its power or something?
It's not enough. There's enough other titles and other games. People are making that decision either based on a factor. Pick any one. It could be like you, Mac, where it's because of the price. It could be because of Duce, because there's a specific game that he wants on that one. But they buy it for that one game. They're hoping to play 50 games over the life of that console. And so if 90% of them aren't console exclusives, that's just the games that you get.
Yeah, very few people are buying a PlayStation 5 to play Gran Turismo 7. Right. That's an exclusive, but very few people are actually going to be. It's such a niche thing too.
Yeah. So what is one that is if it's not Gran Turismo? You know what I'm saying? I guess that's the question. Deuce, can you think of an answer? A franchise.
The first question is: you're telling me that movie lied to me? If I don't get the Gran Turismos, I can't. Driving.
You'll never become an F1 driver.
I forgot that there was a movie.
With David Harbour, the Red Guardian.
You have to be a Sony guy if you want to be an F1 racer. I'm sorry.
Guess,
you just have to. Yeah.
But you are family now. Wait, wrong movie. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. As much as I keep saying on it, Gears and Halo, I never thought they'd leave Xbox, and then they did. And to give a counterpoint to Buck, there's a lot of people that don't have PCs.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a dick and say that, but it's pretty selfish. There are kids that don't have PCs, bro. And they have to pick.
I'm calling you on my iPhone to be into this chat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't own a computer. I just have my iPhone.
Yes, you do. You own an iPhone.
And I have my Xbox. And I love my Xbox Series X, but that's how I play games. And it's if I won't play on this, then I guess we ain't playing. Because it's not like I'm going to be like, hey, let me get $3,000 to go get a computer.
I really
do you guys think that the ever expanding and ever growing popularity of the indie market is actually kind of killing the idea of exclusivity too? A lot of people are just more opting for smaller indie games from smaller studios as opposed to these big exclusive titles that would be on these big consoles. A lot of these are AAA titles that we're talking about. I wonder if the indie market has something to do with that as well.
I think that's helping to sell Steam decks. To Deuce's point, I can't afford a $3,000 computer. Well, can you afford a $300 or $400 handheld that can play all of those PC games?
They would probably also say no to that because they want something that can also play their Netflix and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just being real.
Well, it's not that, but we don't want to have something we have to hold in our hand. We want something we hook up to the TV. Because it's when they had that Switch, I was like, what the hell are we doing with that?
To deal with the question more directly, instead of saying, well, they'll go buy this, I think the answer is no, I don't think indie games affect the AAA market only because of the price point differential. Because people go, okay, I'm about to spend $70 on fucking Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Because I really want to play it, you know what I mean? And so Death Stranding, so this is why I bought a fucking PlayStation, is so I can play Death Stranding, you know what I mean? Because there are many, many people that are of that persuasion.
And I've got a PS4 that's specifically a Death Stranding themed PS4. People buy it. There's people that bought it for
and it's a game that I only got to play because I'm lucky enough to have a computer.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things where, like I said, Spider-Man is on the PC, yes, but I'm I would have. I mean, I wish I had a PlayStation so I could play Spider-Man. Frankly, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I think the exclusivity. Obviously, we already discussed Nintendo is like has their own thing going on, but when it comes to the Xbox versus Sony, I still think that there are some franchises that weigh enough because I think like Halo is one where it's just like if Xbox loses Halo and then they put out an Xbox 2 or whatever, the new like another one, and it's not the only thing you can get Halo on. I don't know if people are going to buy that Xbox. I think they'll be like, fuck that. I'm getting a PlayStation because it's got Halo.
What is it, a timed exclusive thing?
But if that doesn't exist or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. The timed exclusivity. If someone wants to
I was going to say, are you going to break it to them about the Halo and the Master Chief Collection?
No, I don't know. Tell them.
Yeah, it's coming to PlayStation.
Well, there you go. That's the beginning of the end. No,
that's fucking what. I want to buy a copy of that just to have it on the shelf. What's that? That's my Master Chief Collection for the PS5.
Don't play it.
Allegedly, because we talked about it on our podcast a couple weeks ago. Because Alex, our version 2, one of our co-hosts, he was saying how he's been watching a Halo show on Paramount. Now he really wants to play the game, and I was like, I think it's coming to Sony pretty soon.
So you can just wait. Don't even need to get an Xbox or a Game Pass because all those day one releases, if they didn't matter, I think people would be like, I would get a fucking PlayStation. It's got better hardware. What the fuck are you talking about? Well, it's got a controller that goes crazy and talks to you or whatever.
It's a really good controller.
It's fucking cool as fuck.
I think there's a big FOMO factor there to the timed exclusives. They know that 6 months or a year is plenty of time to be like, you really. All your friends are going to play this and you're not? You're really going to let that happen? You're cool, right? You don't want to be not cool, right? Or if you're a
streamer or a Twitcher or any of those people.
That's
right.
True.
You can't not be cool. Cool's important.
Yeah. I think that the prognosis for time for exclusive games on consoles, the most telling thing that says that it's dying is the ever increasing amount of crossplay options that are available. In most multiplayer games, almost every game except for fucking Night Rain, almost every game that comes out that has some form of like crossplay available now because they know that everything is just going everities. You know, it's all about my baby homogenizing. You know.
Yeah. My closing thought is basically I think the ideas of exclusivities existing is still important. And what we're seeing here is not the death of the importance of exclusivities. We're seeing the death of Xbox.
That is actually a good point.
I think
that's a really good point.
You hit that nail a little too close.
Losing Helldivers to Xbox is not a thing. Xbox losing Gears of War is definitely a thing. So it's just like
losing Halo.
Yeah. So it's like
Xbox is the one losing things, and with Helldivers, Sony's just gaining more market share with the game that's popular.
Yeah, because they made that game, so they're just like, yeah, we'll take more money. Sure, yeah.
On top of that, on the Xbox, you could buy a special war bond that got you the Halo ODST uniforms for all your guys.
Right. I forgot.
So it's like, hey, you like this game on our system? Let me sell you some extra stuff you don't need because you've played it 6 times and can't figure it out.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, so basically you drop in mission to mission and then you just do Helldivers talk, how to explain Helldivers. Yeah. You jump in, the game tells you where you're supposed to go, and then depending on what mission you get, you got to do different side objectives.
And then you kill all your friends. You just
kill all your friends.
Yep. With a nuke.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Listen, I think that is enough for our exclusivity talk. We are going to take a quick break once again. And when we come back, we are going to do our What Else You Got and end our show, why don't you? See you on the other side.
Form up!
PlayStation. All right, gentlemen, we're back, and it is time for the What Else You Got, the portion of our show we can bring anything to the table, be it video game or otherwise. I will go first. First thing, I've been watching the new season of Abbott Elementary, dropped on HBO and other things. Buck, have you ever seen this show, Abbott Elementary?
It's a cool show.
It's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a comedy.
It's a sitcom.
I'm so bad at watching TV.
I know. I am. Well, no, I love TV. I just am not good with like like mainstream TV. I mean, this is an ABC sitcom.
I think it's a Greg Scher, one of the creators of The Office, as one of his shows or something like that, right? Pretty sure.
You watch that, Deuce?
No, it's not as news.
Well, no, I wanted to ask a question. How is the show? Because I've only watched the one episode where they had the crossover with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I thought that was hysterical.
Whoa.
But I haven't watched the whole series.
It's good. Abbott Elementary. It's about a inner city school in Philadelphia, and it plays just like The Office. I don't believe it has any writers in common with The Office. It's created by the woman who's the main character.
That's right, the main character.
She's the new teacher. Yeah. When the show starts, she's new to this school. It's her first year teaching, so she's very optimistic and like ready to go. And then the reality of being an inner city public school teacher comes crashing in on her, and it's just fucking impossible. And it's quite funny. And it has the Office style aside moments where they just have like them talking directly to the camera, and every once in a while they'll be like, "There's a camera in here. What's going on?" Or like what you ever seen What We Do in the Shadows, Buck?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
It's the same thing. Every once in a while, that show will like lean on like, oh yeah, by the way, they know it's
Fourth
a show
wall
if the plot needs it to. But yeah,
I'm okay with that. It's like The
Me
Simpsons.
too.
They
Me too.
invented that
Yeah.
like 20 years ago.
It's like a cartoon. You know what I mean? They're like, fuck it. Next episode, this might be the case. Next episode, it might not. Right. You don't care. Fuck you. You'll watch it. New Abbott Elementary. And then the new season of Rick and Morty, season 8, dropped on HBO, and I've been watching that. It's very good. I actually finished it already. I watched like the whole thing in like 2 days because it's so fucking good.
The boy's mad at me, so we had 2 episodes left in Twisted Metal before. I'm like, no, we can't start another show till we finish that one.
I gotta watch
It's
that
good.
show.
It's good.
I was kind of
amazing.
annoyed.
I had to finish it because they're getting rid of the WWE pay-per-views.
Dun,
So
dun, dun.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I've got to watch this really quick because next month I got to get the ESPN. So
That's
can watch
Paramount Plus, right?
WWE.
Where do you watch
No,
it?
it's Peacock.
Peacock. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to watch it so badly.
But
But
it's amazing.
lastly, Buck,
Yeah.
I went and saw Weapons.
Oh,
Have you
that's
seen
right,
it?
Yeah.
Have you seen
No.
Weapons?
No.
Oh my
Good.
goodness.
Yeah, I really watched that one.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Weapons is a horror movie directed by the same guy that did Barbarian, aka Zach Krager, aka one of the whitest kids you know. That's right. He's in my opinion, ironically, like my least, like the least funny, I put that in air quotes because they're all super fucking hilarious, but the least funny whitest kid ends up becoming the best director.
He's the best cross-dresser in the show. Does that
That's
count?
true. They do often make him be a lady.
Is he the gallon of PCP guy, right?
No, that's Trevor Moore.
No, that's
No,
Trevor.
no,
That's
the
his
other,
name.
the bald guy. Well, he's in that episode. That same skid. The guy with the shaved head.
He's usually the straight man or the straight woman. Like he's the
Yes,
he's
okay.
the doctor in the how many hot dogs do you eat a day sketch or whatever.
I heard
Yes,
about the
okay,
kid. I
I
heard about
remember
the Easter egg in there
Yes.
with the 7 hot dogs on the lunch tray.
7 hot dogs.
7. We're already up to 7, Timmy, and we haven't even gotten to lunchtime. Is that bad?
That's way too many hot dogs.
I own the
Anyhow,
complete season on DVD.
I
They
fucking
don't have
love
a
that
Blu-ray.
show.
They
Without-
released it on DVD.
without spoiling the plot, I just want to say
Yeah, please don't.
it is a really well crafted horror movie, and I've seen like 3 horror movies in theaters like back to back to back within like the past month, and 2 of them were body horror movies.
Ooh.
And I was good to get back to a not body
Just a
horror
horror
movie, like just like a one where it's just like kind of mysterious and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce, yes,
Did you watch the Allison Brie body horror movie?
yes,
That just came out.
I did.
What did you think?
I liked it. I thought it was
Okay.
fun. I thought it was like The Thing, but trying to be more comedic. I like Allison Brie. She's funny. I don't know. I thought it was a good afternoon at the movies. It's certainly like you'd have to understand my taste in movies. It certainly wasn't
Max
having
taste
to
in movies is right over here.
having to sit through something like Long Legs or something.
Well, I will give you a good taste in movies because I actually just saw it on Thursday. It's that new Toxic Avenger with Peter Dinklage.
I do want to see
Okay.
that. I do want to see that.
It is amazing.
Cool.
I mean,
but
you don't need to rush to the theater to see it like I did. But, I mean, if you can get on video on demand or, somebody will stream it pretty soon, but it is solid.
So Weapons, really good. It's I saw it with my girlfriend, and she came out of the theater and said, I would barely classify that as a horror movie. Like there aren't a lot of like it's like if you're a person that's like, I don't like scary movies, I think you could still go see Weapons and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's made by a comedy guy, and so it's got little jabs in there, and it's mostly about this mystery where you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Like Barbarian.
And my last thing I wanted to mention, yes, exactly. And my last thing I wanted to mention about it is its final sequence of the film, not necessarily like the last shot or the whatever, but like the last stretch, I should say, the last scene, if you will, is the best last scene in a horror movie I have seen since Hereditary.
Oh,
okay.
The end of Hereditary, where like all the shit and he's seeing all the naked people, and then he's all that. The last
that movie was fucked up.
15 minutes of this movie is just literally had me in the theater go, yes, out loud, just like
Max starts doing inappropriate actions in his chair.
So pleased, Buck, I want you to see it so we can talk about it so badly, because it made me. I turned to my girlfriend. I was like, only a comedy person could think of this. It's so ridiculous.
Like Jordan Peele doing Get Out.
Exactly.
And
yes.
Us.
Yeah.
It's like those movies are.
Awesome.
I can't wait for him. That new one. That looks pretty.
So yeah,
wild.
go see Weapons. Deuce, you had something?
Well, no, I was going to say I want to jump in on that with you guys, because
Yes.
I've been wanting to see Weapons, and I actually bought 2 tickets with my Regal Unlimited pass to go see it, and I kept missing them. So I'm waiting for when it comes into, where I can watch it video on demand.
Right.
But him looked terrific, like you said.
Dude, yeah, that looks awesome. Him looks crazy.
Peele got good stuff. Yeah.
Buck.
Yeah.
What else have you got for us this week, sir?
Well, it might only be September, but I'm a Halloween nut, and we finally took the kids to Halloween Horror Nights.
Ooh,
nice.
Excellent. Orlando, specifically. We should.
We're in
specify.
Orlando, yes. So we still have Terrifier, but we don't have the Jason mask s'more. Some things are exclusive to one place or another.
I did not think you were going to end that sentence with s'more.
It's a s'more in the name of its face, whatever. Anyway, so we have the frequent fear passes, so we'll be going a bunch more. So we took the kids their first time going. It was cool. Me and the wife also had tickets to go see Garbage, the band, like Shirley Manson. I haven't seen them since 1998 at House of Blues.
That's amazing.
And so we went to Halloween Horror Nights for a couple hours, and then me and the wife went to Hard Rock Live and saw Garbage. Then we went back to Halloween Horror Nights. Only got to go on a couple houses on this first trip, but I got to go on the Jason Universe house.
Oh, yeah.
And it was really fucking good.
Yeah?
It's a split up house, which is super cool. One of the ones where like you think it's over because they take you outside and then you go back inside.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then there's just a gauntlet of Jason's. It was just like Jason from 2, Jason from 4, Potato Sack Jason with the chains around his neck from 7.
Is it a murder of Jasons?
Yeah,
It's a murder of
Jasons. Yes.
Thank you.
So
Very good, sir.
I heard a lot of people compared it to the Insidious house from last year, because that was like the best house last year. And this one you're saying it's
was
quite
like
good.
Last year was like the only year in the last like 25 years I have not been to Halloween Horror Nights.
Damn.
Literally the only year I've skipped since like college when I worked there. So that was super fun. I'll be able to report on more houses for you guys when we go back. So I didn't get to go in the Terrifier house because the line was too long. We tried to go to FNAF first, and it was already like 2 hours long because of the pre-go-in people. And I've already heard that one's not scary. It's just cool. I like that. I don't get scared easily. So I get excited about the sets. We went on the Spanish horror one. It was just like, this is a whole house facade. Like, I get excited about that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah.
My second thing is, guys.
Deuce, you had something?
Oh, sorry.
I just wanted to ask, did you get to see the Fallout house?
I did. And same thing. Really great set design. Like, nothing about it was scary, right? But really great, giant rad roaches and the whole Junker Town and the power suits, the Knights power suits all around.
That's what everybody told me. They're like, it's good if you like the show, but if you want to be scared,
or the games.
It's not. Yeah,
no,
it's not scary.
I'm a bad gauge for that anyway because I don't get scared very easily, but it was not meant to be scary like at all.
Do you want to be my new Halloween Horror Nights chaperone, Buck?
I already was for my daughter because she's a chicken shit.
No, and I would be 3 steps behind her on that particular line. So
nice. So my other what else you got this week is, guys, I am 8-bit. There is a Blueprints physical collection.
I'm looking at this
out.
now. I'm looking at this now. This is amazing. This is beautiful.
It literally contains a blue version of my red notebook. It literally look, it even has the little bookmarky thing, the little ribbon For
Is
book.
that also a copy
Wow.
of the Red Prince in there too?
Yes, an actual full printed copy of the Red Prince book is part of this. The basement key, like a cool poster, a couple different things, and then there's like this little series of mystery keychains they have for like different room keys, like specific room keys, and you get one of those in there, and you can buy extra ones. They have a little keychain blind bag there. There's the Mount Holly Estate notebook, and plus a physical steelbook copy of the game.
Holy fuck.
I know I already pre-ordered it.
My God. Duce, if you don't know what this is this puzzle game that came out this year called Blueprints. That was like the best puzzle game any of us have ever played.
I'm a huge puzzle game guy.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know you are.
It was so good. And it's just so funny. I'm looking at it. I'm like, there's a blue notebook. When I did this, Duce, I took my D&D notebook and I literally used it for blueprints. And if you look inside of my notebook, I've shown on previous episodes, I have cutouts and I have pages of notes with things to pictures and all this kind of
scrawled images and shit, like he's an ancient druid or something. It's fucking crazy.
It's that meme of like Charlie from
It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, It's Always
There
Sunny.
is no
Just like-
Pepe Sylvia. Yeah.
Yes. And so they literally went, oh, you should probably use this notebook. I'm like, I agree. But it's so
amazing.
funny that it's a blue one and I had a red one.
Which is apropos of the game if you've played it.
right. Yeah.
Thematically. Ooh. Raph, what else have you got for us this week?
And
sir?
welcome to the Night Rain segment of the show.
Where
I'm gonna talk about,
these fucking guys, I can't get them to play anything else. I'm sorry. I tried.
Honestly, I'm going to talk about the
Deep
two
Night
games.
next week.
Well,
No,
you
by the
have
time
to
this comes out.
explain what that is to me first.
Night Rain. So
Here we fucking go.
yeah, you know what? It's the Elden Ring, Fortnite,
there you go.
whatever extraction game that.
You know what Elden Ring is?
Yeah,
Do you know what Fortnite is?
yeah.
They had a baby. and
Yeah,
it's a really
basically
good
they had a
game.
baby. Yeah.
I didn't like either of them beforehand, and now you said they had a baby. I'm giving a hard pass.
No, the baby is like really hot though.
The baby-
like the baby is like super
Super
hot.
hot,
Like,
baby.
Maybe let's not
Flip that.
word it like
Flip
that.
that.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
area.
There's
But,
a
I'm not
possibility
gonna.
Yeah,
It's possible that the pool boy is actually the dad because the baby is super hot.
Okay,
Amazing.
I
The
just
clips
wanna
right
say-
hey, so
themselves.
anyway, about this 4090 Nightfire.
I have finally completed all remembrances, gotten all achievements, and beat all of the Everdark bosses that have come out so far. So I'm super happy about that. Pretty stoked about it. But the real big thing that I want to talk about that happened this week is that Helldivers had a new update. And now we are fighting on bug planets. This is calling all of the new Xbox divers. We gotta land on these bug planets. We gotta kill these bugs. We got fucking dune worms on these motherfuckers, man. We got dune worms, giant sandworms.
Do you have to run
Worms.
erratically? Like, do you not run like in a
Oh,
straight
you have to
line
do the dune
stop
walk
the
like
worms
that,
from
yeah.
finding you with the rhythm of your footsteps?
No, none of that. But if you are out, so these, all right, the cool thing about these new maps, they have caves that you have to go down into the caves and destroy, like bug eggs, and you have to like destroy, they call it like the hive lung, which is just this big organ in the center of the cave. You have to blow it up with the portable nuke that you can carry on your back. They've actually been giving you portable nukes to carry into the caves and blow up these hive nests. The other cool thing is that they've added a few new enemies other than I mentioned the I think it's called the Hive Lord or some shit like that, which is the giant dune sandworm. But they've also added these flying like dragon like things. Like it turned into Night Rain at some point, and I'm there like dodging dragons while shooting at them. And man, it's just chaotic and it's so much fun. It's calling all Helldivers, man. You gotta get in there and fight these bugs.
Fucking for
I'll do it
democracy.
if you'll play with me and show me how this shit works.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Helldivers is my shit.
If you don't know what all the missions are, like there'll be moments where it's like you got to go up to this thing and activate a mini game, and if you don't know, like I do know, and I still will be like, wait, where's the thing, guys? Hey guys, where's the thing? And people are like, it's over there, you fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah, you hit the button, it's like up, down, left, right. I'm like, oh, it's Konami code.
Yeah, it's
Make
the
this
Konami
work.
code.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, with the new update, they really, for me, the bugs, they were fun, but they were kind of like the faction you jump into play when you were like, I don't want to deal with anything too difficult.
Right.
But
'cause
like
robots
now,
are hard.
Yeah, robots are my favorite faction to play. I think robots on Super Helldive, which is the hardest difficulty, is peak Helldivers. Like that is how the game was meant to be played. But the bugs, they really like up like we normally play on Super Helldive or we play on Helldive, and we've had to bring the bug difficulty down to like difficulty 7 instead of difficulty 10 or whatever because it's so difficult now. But yeah, they've done a really great job of adding something interesting to the bug faction with that dragon and the worm and shit. It's wild.
Cool.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Very nice. Hey, Duce, what else have you got for today's show? Anything you'd like to share?
I want to throw something out that's going to be a little out of left field. Supposedly, on this new Avengers Doomsday, there's been some problems. And something we like to say here around the old folks' home, where's the poo?
What? Oh, I've got it right here. Sorry, that is in my pocket.
Poo?
So, I'm asking you guys, where's the poo? Who is starting this where they're having to move schedules around and people have to be separated from each other? Where's Pooh?
Let me look up the cast real quick because my knee-jerk reaction is Robert Downey Jr. because he can do whatever he wants. You know what I mean? If he's like, I got to take a 3 weeks vacation to the Caicos, they'll be like, fuck, he's Dr. Doom. What are we going to do? Who's your knee-jerk reaction, Raph?
Florence Pooh because no, I don't know. Her last name is Pooh. Yeah, I don't know if that's what you're talking about. No, yeah, I have no idea. I know nothing about the Avengers Doomsday, anything going on with this. This is something that is completely new to me.
Boom, look at that. One Googling involving a heated verbal clash between two major actors as well as Robert Downey Jr.'s Robert Downey Jr. Dissatisfaction with footage requiring extensive reshoots. They should have got Jared Leto to do it. They would have had less problem.
That movie is coming out so soon because before Toxic Avenger, they had like a preview for it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is number 3?
Did you?
There was a 2?
Okay, but when is the Morbius sequel coming out?
That's what people want to know.
Yeah. Morbin time.
Did you see Fantastic Four, Deuce?
Shit.
Oh, it was awesome.
I thought it was awesome as well.
Shit, I haven't seen that yet.
You haven't seen it yet, Buck?
No.
Fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
me
God
neither.
damn it. We can't talk about it.
I hit over 300 hours in Night Rain. Does that
Well,
count?
Fuck, guys. Play something else. No,
what?
I forgot to mention that I beat Metal Gear Solid Delta during my...
Ooh, you were playing it a lot
I did.
yesterday.
Yeah, you were playing it all day.
Shit. It was great.
Hell yeah.
But man, yeah, I hope Doomsday is good because Fantastic Four was excellent, and there's that scene at the very end of Fantastic Four that teases Dr. Doom, and I was just like, fuck, if the Doomsday is just don't fuck with anything, it should be pretty good, man. That's because Dr. Doom is one hell of a villain.
Oh,
so
one of the best.
They've already messed him up a couple of times, so third time's a charm.
Yay. Well, anything else for us, sir? Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
We're ready. All right. It's time to roll out because that has been another episode of the Game Treasure Broadcast. Thank you so much for listening or watching. If you are just listening to this, remember that you can go to our YouTube and subscribe to us there because that way you can catch us when we stream on the weekends. I play Baldur's Gate usually every Saturday. If one of my boys or girls is not there to play it with me, I'll play maybe Peak with our buddy AI Soothsayer. Or the last week, I want to say I played Delta. I fought the fucking... I fought the end, so it's
really
a 2-hour stream of me just wandering around going, fuck.
Incredible.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
Can we play Eyes of Hellfire, please? I picked it up.
Oh, yes. That sounds like a good idea. Yes. So, yeah, go to our YouTube. Subscribe to us there. There's extra stuff. You can reach out to us via our email at gametreasurepodcast@gmail.com with any questions you might want us to ask on the show, or if you have a game that you want us to try. I think I have like a pile of codes waiting to be played. I'm sorry. Head on over to our merch store, which you can find at our linktree/the GTP, where you too can snag yourself a King of Video Games mug or t-shirt. Buck is wearing a Ninja Turtles Select Your Player shirt. We have a very similar shirt that has our faces on it, and it's fun. You can also find our Patreon there, patreon.com/the GTP, where for just $5, you get access to our bonus content, which is right now our UFO 50 deep dive. So if you don't know what UFO 50 is, it's one of the best indie games of all time, and it's 50 games. And in this series, we talk about all of them. So go now to linktree/the GTP. We want to thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. You can find their music at Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere you can find music on the internet, frankly. And of course, last but not least, we would like to thank RetroGameTreasure.com, the sponsor of the Retro Zone, owned and operated by the Megabuck himself. Retro Game Treasure is a subscription service that takes the hassle out of collecting retro video games. No more driving to the one retro game store in your town that's 35 minutes away, only to get there and realize they don't have any game that you know for the consoles that you have. And then when you try and pick up a game that you're not sure of, you get it home and it's not what you thought it was going to be, and also it's broken or something. What the fuck? No. Instead, become a RetroGameTreasure.com subscriber. Then you tell Buck what consoles you own, and you tell him what kinds of games you like to play, genre-wise, subgenre-wise, thematically speaking. And then, at the end of the month, Buck ships you a wonderful little box of nostalgia that is filled with games to add to your collection permanently. And don't worry, he keeps track of the games that you already own as well as the ones that he gives you, so you never get a repeat game in a box. Want to start collecting for a new console? Hey, he makes that easy too, because he has a console page where you can buy new and refurbished retro consoles, which you can then jump on over to your preferences page and say, hey, Buck, I just bought a PlayStation 1 from you. Can you start sending me PlayStation 1 games in my box? And then he'll say yes. And then your boxes will start coming with PlayStation 1 games included. It's magic. So start collecting games the easy way today with RetroGameTreasure.com. Buck, do you have a list of new subscribers this week?
This week we welcome Devin Gunter, Michael McLean, Kyle Edwards, Aaron Beard, Chris Fox, Theron Wayne, Chloe Goldbach, Justin Shaw, David Lee, and Raymond Velez.
Very nice. And lastly, Duce, thank you so much for joining us, sir. Besides the Happy Hour podcast with Ariel and the Happy Hour with Ariel and Duce podcast, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I've seen it on there to listen to that. Is there anything else you would like to plug, sir?
Well, just check out hhpodcastshow.com, and you can hit us up on the email at hhpodcastshow@gmail.com. And also, I'd like to say, just like the Hair Club for Men, I'm also a client. Buck's got the best stuff in the business, guys. Seriously.
Boom.
His subscription service is the best one out there. That's how we got together. That's how we became friends, because the best games I have for my system, you know who sent them to me? Buck did, from a subscription service. Not going down to the little piddly, we've got 6 games in our retro store.
Mm-hmm.
It was Buck. So go check them out, and just tell them that the Happy Hour with Ariel and Duce sent you.
Boom, baby. So this is how we end the show, Duce. I'm going to say I love the Game Treasure podcast. It's so bad. And then you guys in unison are going to say it's so bad. Good luck. Here we go. My name is Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure podcast. It's so bad. It's
so bad.